Eloy Rojas brings in a sparkling record of 33-1-1 with 25 knockouts. Following a blistering 22-0 start, he finally met his match in his first world title shot, losing on decision to Youngkyun Park in Park's native Korea. He won the rematch 2 years later, again in Korea by decision. Rojas making his 7th defense of the WBA Featherweight Championship in this, his Las Vegas debut, and only his 2nd fight on American soil. Let's run down the numbers as we take a look at the tail of the tape. At 34, Vazquez is 5 years older than Rojas. Rojas with the 3.5-inch height advantage. Rojas just under the weight limit. Vazquez right in at 126. The big factor, Rojas with the whopping 7-inch reach advantage. And of the WBA rules for this world title fight, scoring is by the 10-point must system. There are 3 scoring judges, no standing 8 count. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. If an accidental foul occurs before the end of the 4th round, it's ruled a technical draw. If it happens after the completion of the 4th round, they go to the scorecards. Only completed rounds are scored. So here at the Grand Ballroom of the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas, set for our co-feature, the WBA Featherweight Championship, Eloy Rojas, Wilfredo Vazquez. Let's get the formal introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the beautiful Mirage Resort here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as we have a big action coming away, and it's all brought to you by Don King Productions and the Mirage, along with La Cerveza Más Fina Corona. This bout coming your way is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association. The president, Gilberto Mendoza, supervisor Renzo Bambariol, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the chairman, Dr. James Nave. Introducing to you the judges scoring this bout from ringside: Dave Moretti, Guillermo Perez, and Oscar Perez. And our referee in charge of this bout, he'll be working in this, his 29th world title bout, Mitch Halpern. All right, fans, here we go with the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing red trunks with white and blue trim and hailing from Bayamon, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at the featherweight limit of 126 pounds. His record stands at 46 wins, 7 losses, and 3 draws, with 35 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked the WBA #1 featherweight contender. Here is the 2-time champion of the world, attempting to capture his 3rd WBA crown, introducing El Gran Campeón Puertorriqueño, Wilfredo Vázquez. And his opponent across the ring on my left is the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing white trunks tonight and fighting out of and representing Caracas, Venezuela. He weighed in at a ready 125 1/2 pounds. His outstanding record includes 33 wins, only 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 25 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the 7th defense of his title, introducing the defending WBA Featherweight Champion of the World, Eloy Rojas. Once again, here's our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Mitch Halpern.
Let's go. Gentlemen, this will be a clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves. Come on, touch it.
Well, this one has the elements, the ingredients of a good competitive fight in terms of the 2 fighters' strategy. The champion Rojas told us yesterday that he's usually taller than his opponents. Therefore, he prefers fighting from a middle to long distance, especially with his long arms. And in contrast, Vazquez told us he intends to get inside, almost glued to Rojas' body, trying not to give Rojas a chance to use his technique, his range, and his good reach advantage.
If Vazquez can do that, he's got a great chance here because he can bang. And remember, this guy's going for a triple title, a third title. This is no chump here. This is a guy that's been the champion twice and can bang hard. So he's trying to be the third Wilfredo to have 3 titles from Puerto Rico.
Rojas in the multicolored trunks and Vazquez in the red with the white trim. Rojas has 25 KOs in his 33 wins, yet his last 4 have gone the distance. He said that was because of an injured right hand. A tendon popped out of place. He had surgery to correct it. A year ago, he says he's okay now.
And Vazquez started on the outside just trying to gauge the jab of Rojas, and then he'd start to charge.
That was Bobby, that was a charge he told us he was going to do. As soon as he gets in close, he's going to run in and punch to the body. And that, he's done it twice now. The round just started.
Rojas said that if Vazquez does come in as he planned to, he'll use his legs to back out. Rojas told us the longer reach and faster hands will keep Vazquez off of him. And in terms of the step up in weight, this is Vazquez's first title shot at 126. But he says at this weight, he can score a knockout with 1 punch, saying he's much stronger now. If he connects, he'll knock him out.
Well, there's no doubt he's a pretty good puncher. You can see that in his record, but he too has been stopped twice. 2 separate occasions, once very early and once toward the later rounds. Rojas never stopped.
Well, we'll see what kind of shot he gives with that right hand, Rojas. Because Rojas up to this point has been fighting a one-arm fight for the last 4 fights, in which they were all decisions. He didn't get a knockout. Now let's see what happens when he throws the right. He just threw it as he spoke, but didn't land. There it is again.
Rojas in the gold, blue, red, and white. Vazquez boring in. Rojas punching out. Rojas feels that Vazquez is near the end of his career, along with the move up in weight. Big factors, he says. He says there are no easy fights, but I'm not threatened by Vazquez. I just can't see getting beat. He's extremely confident.
Bobby, he's dropping that right hand like it doesn't bother him at all.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any ill effects. He's throwing a decent left hook underneath there, sort of right to the body. Tell you what, Vazquez is going to have to stay really close to him, work that body, and rip up with the uppercuts. He can't let that long range get him to be a play. I'll tell you what, he's got that right hand zoned in on him.
Yeah. 3.5-inch height advantage, 7-inch reach advantage for the champion Rojas.
Rojas is some good boxer. He's putting together beautiful combinations. Wilfredo, I'm afraid, he's got a big hill in front of him with this big tall guy.
20 seconds remaining in the opening round, scheduled for 12 for the WBA Featherweight Championship. Vazquez looking to dig to the body. Mitch Helper, the third man of the ring, as we head for the bell.
Get up in there.
Those are effective punches by Eloy Rojas.
Mano derecha arriba. Yo lo tengo.
They're very calm and cold in the corner, saying just exactly that. You're one around, just fight like that. He's presenting the opportunity to take it.
Muy bien este primer round.
So he said, muy bien este primer round. Very good this first round.
Lo golpea, y te quita de la mano derecha.
Mientras está tirando, pues tú te le vas por el ladito, pero o sea, cuando entra, no se le siga derecho.
Here they're telling him he's throwing, but you got to get under it and then come to the body as soon as you get under. As soon as you get under, come to the body and rush in. Which is fine, but boy, this is a good boxer he's up against. Eloy Rojas is a good boxer.
Round 2, Vazquez told us he's very aware of the historical perspective of this fight should he win. He really wants to go down in boxing history as a 3-time world champion, joining his heroes Wilfredo Gomez and Wilfred Benitez, also from Puerto Rico. Vazquez, seasoned veteran, classic boxer puncher, aggressive pressure puncher.
Now, those are 2 big names in Puerto Rican boxing history. Wilfredo Gomez, one of the best fighters I ever saw. All guts and what a punch.
Wilfredo Benitez might have been the most naturally talented of the bunch. He didn't always train as hard as he could.
But his private life canceled that out, unfortunately, because he was on the way to being a great.
Vazquez working the jab. Vazquez now again digging to the body. Vazquez is the Bobby Chez of Latin America. While he's still fighting, he's also a boxing commentator on the Spanish cable network Galavision.
And I think he's about the same age as me, too, which is scary.
He's not that old.
You're younger, maybe.
Well, he's stuck there trying to get in close. You've got to give him credit. He's following his corner's instructions. Get in close and then come up to the body. There's the body shot. Another one. Another one.
Rojas right off the top of the head. A low blow there by Vazquez. Getting warned by Halpern.
Notice for a tall man, too, Rojas throws a lot of body punches.
And beautiful.
Good leverage.
Beautiful body punches.
Halfway through the second round. Short, crisp uppercuts by Rojas. Halpern cautions Vazquez for the low blows.
I'm afraid we're going to see a lot of that tonight. With a guy this low and this other tall guy in front of him, you're going to see a lot of low punches. You can't help it.
Rojas, the champion, 5'8.5". Vazquez, 5'5".
Let him up. Don't punch. Don't punch. Let him up. Don't punch. Don't punch. Come on, let's go.
Vazquez game comes right back in.
Vazquez keeping right to the prescription. I mean, that's just what they told him to do. Stick close, rip to the body.
Vazquez does have power in both hands. He does have a destructive right and a sledgehammer left. Very economical. Here's Vazquez with a powerful left hook and down to the body.
Bobby, both guys are pounding the body. Who do you think is more effective in their body shots?
You know, Rojas seems to get better leverage on his shots, but there's a lot less ground to cover for the smaller Vazquez. I think what Vazquez has to do is as he throws 1, 2, or 3 to the body, right up with uppercuts and hooks to the chin, parlay the body to the head.
He's throwing mostly to the body, though. He's not going up to the head.
Good straight right by Vazquez. That sure got Eloy Rojas attention.
Another warning for low blows. He can't help it.
Final seconds of round 2. Vazquez really coming on against the champion Rojas.
Hold on.
Es que ya había lo más.
Vivo, papá. Vivo y tú primero. Tú siempre primero.
Remarkable. Not one word is exchanged.
Now.
Well, let's take a look at that low blow then, because that's one of those things we're going to see over and over again with a guy this tall in front of a guy this short. Watch it in detail as he swings. He's been doing this all around, though. I mean, this was happened to be a bad one, a flag one. There. That's right under that yellow and in the blue. And here comes a warning. I hope they don't take a point off, Bobby, on an important fight like this, because it's not. They don't mean to do that, and it's well, you just can't help it when you got these two guys that's different size.
You know, I couldn't help but notice in Rojas' corner he's almost smiling.
Yeah. Well, they certainly didn't say anything to us. I don't think I've ever seen a corner where you go back and nobody says anything.
So this
laconic.
is round 3. Vazquez has been digging to the body, but at only 5'5", some of his shots have hit low. And you said how important this fight is. Not only is it for a championship, but the winner could get a possible shot at Prince Nassim Hamed. Vazquez very busy, as is Rojas.
Both of them told us they'd like to fight Boom Boom Johnson in the interviews. As I've seen, people don't know him yet here. I mean, we are going to meet him in a couple of weeks, and he is very good. But let me tell you, I don't know if he's ready for this kind of competition that Eloy's got. Eloy's very, very good.
We saw Tom Boom Boom Johnson on Showtime in England not that long ago, and he was quite impressive.
Yeah, he's the best-kept secret in boxing.
I'll tell you what, he is a terrific fighter with a big heart, a lot of stamina and guts.
I love Boom. The American public gets to know him. They're going to love him.
I'm a little bit surprised that Rojas is staying in so close.
Yep. Oh, there's a great combination by Vazquez. Another right hook by Vazquez, who's landing repeatedly. Rojas not sticking to the game plan. He told us he would be. You're right, Bobby. Vazquez airing it out.
He's not using the jab. He's not using his range. He really is staying way too close, giving every opportunity to Vazquez.
He's not using his brains. That's what he's not using. He told us he wouldn't get in a shootout in close. He told us he wouldn't let that happen. Well, he did. He's let it happen right now, and it's to Vazquez's advantage. There it goes.
Again, a combination by Vazquez, landing to the head of the champion Rojas.
Vazquez showing you kind of a battler he is. That's why he got to be two-time world champion.
Moving up to 126, but having no adverse effects whatsoever.
Eloy not using his head, choosing to stand there and battle with a smaller man. Unbelievable.
Neither man refusing to back up, both coming forward.
And now more of the combinations that Ross is throwing aren't landing as clean.
A wild swing and a miss by Vazquez, but then he landed with the overhead left.
Keep it up in there, keep it up.
Some savage punching going on in there. Savage punching.
Vazquez just blocking shots off the head of Rojas.
Well, they're in there short and brutal. Boy, this is tough competition between these two men. Really hard rock fighting here.
Wait, come on.
We approach the final 10 seconds of round 3. Vazquez doubling up.
What a big hook that was. One to the body, right back up top to the head.
Could have won the round for him.
Se le quita. Dalo para allá. Sí. Caminando hacia atrás. Camina hacia atrás, como acuérdate con lo del trabajo que le hizo a Rojas, mijo. ¿Ok?
Now they're telling him walk back. Punch when you're walking back. Don't stand with it. All right, let's take a look at these early combinations. I mean, this guy is really bad. Vazquez is putting in these clean shots. This won the round for him, I think, Bobby. Take a look at the second one, Bobby.
Well, later in the round, you see up on the inside a combination, the two of them that missed with that big right hand on the end, clean, landed clean.
And here's the end of the round where I think he won the round decisively because of this punch. I mean, this came, wow, winging in there. I'll tell you what, some jaw on this Rojas. Some jaw on him.
He wasn't smiling after that round.
No, and they told him to back up. They told him, don't stand there with this guy.
Round 4, scheduled for 12 of the WBA featherweight championship in round 3. Vazquez repeatedly showed Rojas how badly he wants this title. He connected with numerous good hooks. Watch for that as we enter here in round number 4.
Now you have to take into account, here's a guy that's used to being the smaller man in the ring, Wilfredo, so he's fighting, he's used to it. This taller man thought, boy, this is going to be easy. It ain't easy. It's not easy at all. Vazquez right in his face.
Vazquez continues to apply the pressure. Ripping to the body.
Come on, work at it. Come on. Wait,
Tell you what, I think some of those body punches have really compromised Rojas and what he wants to do. He's not being real effective from the outside.
Vazquez, well-disciplined, excellent tools as we are seeing. Combinations, uppercuts, overhand shots, hooks. He's got some repertoire. He's the challenger.
You can see how Eloy is falling back. You see how Rojas is falling back and fighting. That's what his corner told him to do.
And Vazquez also displaying the defense, deflecting punches with his arms and his elbows.
Yeah, but even as he fights going backwards, even though he's landing a couple more blows, the punches aren't as hard. He can't punch as hard going backwards.
Both fighters continue to come forward.
And we repeat, there's nothing wrong with the right hand of Rojas. He's throwing it with full force. And now it's a warning to Rojas. One warning apiece. That evens things up.
Rojas had the surgery on the right hand a year ago, but everything's okay. A tendon problem. His last 4 fights have gone the distance. After many knockouts, Vazquez looking for the knockout here.
And Rojas doing much better now from the outside, which was his fight. The fight he told us he was going to fight.
Right.
Vazquez taking off a little time in there, not really working too hard, then unloading when he sees the opportunity to the body.
You know, Bobby, I think it's not a question of not working hard. I think he just can't find a guy. The guy's backing up, punching. He's fighting a superior fight right now in this round.
Takes a lot of energy to keep moving and fighting, turning on your feet like that, changing direction.
30 seconds in round 4. Vazquez continues to get inside and underneath the punches. There's a beautiful left uppercut by Vazquez.
That's almost the first really good shot Wilfredo landed the whole round. This other guy's been fighting his fight. Eloy has been fighting his fight.
And how much has it taken out of him? And in 4 rounds, how much will it drain him?
Watch his head.
That's the question.
He He may have begun his strategy too late. Wild miss there by Vazquez. They continue after the bell. Well, coming up later here at the Mirage, our main event, as we take you behind the scenes into the dressing room of IBF welterweight champ Felix Trinidad, who has such a mature, composed personality for such a young man. He's been brought along very well. A succession of difficult fights, some strong tests, escalating in quality. He was already being labeled a budding superstar about 5-6 fights into the career, and he has not let the pressure get to him. The entourage, the people of Felix Trinidad urging him on. Fight fans think it's about time for him to start scaling the bigger mountains.
Let's take a look at that little uppercut which lifted the head of Eloy. There it is, right there. Nice. Not enough. Not enough to win that round. I got this thing even. I don't know. I've got it dead even.
Actually, I got it 3-1. The second round was very, very close. But I thought Rojas did just enough to win, so I had 3-1.
Who's favorite?
Champion.
Come on, punch at him. Come on.
Round 5, 1/3 of the way through the scheduled distance.
Work at it. Come on.
And it looks like Rojas is ahead by a couple of points.
Punch, come on.
Who knows here in Las Vegas?
I got it dead even because of this gutty performance that he put on in second, third round. Vazquez.
Well, as we all know, it's so subjective, but it looks like Rojas is beginning to come on more here now and fight his way
Let him up. Don't punch.
from the outside.
Rojas just got hit with a really good clean. Showed no ill effects from it.
Vazquez showing his reach there with a long straight left hand, but unfortunately for him, Rojas was backing away, not coming in. Slapping left hook by Vazquez. Going low is Vazquez.
Another warning. That's the second one from Wilfredo.
Vazquez, the former WBA junior featherweight and WBA bantamweight champ, held the junior featherweight crown for 3 years.
Now, these are two quality fighters, and this is a very good fight. It's a very even, slight edge one way or another, but boy, a good fight.
It's the 7th title defense for Eloy Rojas in the gold, blue, red, and white trunks. Again, they exchange in the center of the ring, toe-to-toe.
Tell you what, again, Rojas is either just sure about how he's got to get rid of the shorter man, sure that he can apply the pressure, use his leverage. Otherwise, I don't know why he would stay so close and compromise his reach. Get hit with some of those big shots.
Maybe it is what you said, Bobby. Fighting back, you get a little tired, and then you stand still. When you stand still, here's that little animal in front of you. I mean, this guy is a machine.
Vazquez not letting up.
Vazquez is a little machine of energy once he gets in close.
Right now, Vazquez appears to have the heavier hands, even though he's a smaller, so-called smaller man.
Oh, man, these are all low.
Furious exchange here on the inside here in round 5. Non-stop. Rojas looking to tee off with one punch. Back comes Vazquez with a left hook, but a glancing blow. Vazquez fighting off the ropes, but he's getting more done here than the champion.
Well, see, he's got the bigger shots, one punch like that, bigger, but he's not landing more. Difficult fight to score.
He fights well off the ropes, Bobby. Both these guys are good champions. They fight well off the ropes, but Vazquez needs to get in close, so he's happy to be there. He's happy to get in close.
Final seconds of round 5.
I think that's the equation. If you're in close, it's Vazquez who's getting the advantage.
Vazquez landing some hard punches there at the end. Well, our featured attraction, we go backstage into the dressing room of former IBF lightweight champ Felix Trinidad, who will take on Trinidad later. He's 5-1 since losing the title to Rafael Ruelas. Right after that, I thought he may have underestimated Giovanni Parisi, but he's bounced back with 5 straight wins, all by KO. The flashy, cocky, fearless Freddie Pendleton. Here at the Mirage Ballroom in the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas. We ask your indulgence just for a moment here as we send a personal note, a personal message to our friend and former colleague, Walter Ward. We wish you the best of luck, Walter. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. We get ready for round 6 of the WBA Featherweight Championship. Eloy Rojas, the champion, comes out once again to meet the challenger, the very game Wilfredo Vazquez.
Step back, step in.
It'd be interesting to see if they've sent Rojas out to more of that in the trenches hell that was that last round, or if he's going to go back on the horse and box around from a distance. Right now we're starting out from a distance.
Last time we saw Vazquez, July of 1994 here on Showtime, an easy second-round TKO of Jaewon Choi of Korea. Right here at the Mirage, he decked Choi twice with ferocious rights. Now he fights for the featherweight championship against Eloy Rojas. Vazquez 5-1 since that fight with the Korean, with 2 knockouts.
The pace through the first 5 rounds was brutal. They're keeping some pace inside and out, fighting. And unless you've really been in the ring at this level, you can't really appreciate how hard it is to keep that pace. You're going to have to slow down somewhere.
He's fighting from outside again and having his way again. I mean, they're trading these rounds like that because as long as he's outside with those long arms, he's beating Wilfredo.
Rojas beginning to pick things up again. Beautiful defensive move just a moment ago by Rojas, who snatched a hard punch right off the forearm. Now he's coming back with a combination with the head. Vazquez with a duck under move, but Rojas now keeping his distance.
Yeah, he moved away after that. Before that, he'd step in and fight him. Now he moves away, as long as he's okay.
You have to wonder why he didn't employ that strategy much earlier, as he said he would do.
You'll have to ask Bobby. He's one of those kind of guys that when he gets hit, they fight. Bobby, what happens to fight?
You know, sometimes that does happen. I don't know his personality, and I haven't been around watching him work in the gym, so I don't know that that's his nature, but sometimes it just happens.
Your blood gets up and you just go for it. Remember, these are 2 champions. These are not 2 guys that are just trooping on. They have been fighting for the championship for years, so what you're seeing is quality, prime quality in boxing.
Well, Vazquez sucked him right into it, trying to get him into the trap. We'll see if it works here in the long run.
Right now, wonderful boxing by Eloy Rojas.
See, every time Vazquez is...
Straight right by Vazquez. That startled.
I'll tell you what, every time Vazquez starts out here and he has to work his way in, it takes a lot of energy. Once he gets in with a big shot like that, he's got to stay there.
Well, let me tell you, that was the best shot of the fight.
And a lunging straight left hand by Vazquez.
He buckled Eloy Rojas. Definitely stopped him in his tracks. Big punch.
2 beautiful body shots to follow it up.
Boy, he has felt the power of Wilfredo Vazquez as Rojas. He's got a good jaw.
Final seconds of round 6. The pace has not stopped.
No punch, no punch, no knock.
Tú luces demasiado cuando haces el trabajo que yo te digo.
Mira, lo está boxeando y le está dando una paliza. Pero entonces te empieza a bajar las manos confiado. No bajes las manos. Sigue dando coñazos.
The final thing is he's saying, as long as you're boxing, you're beating him. But once you start to fight, then it getting close, you're getting hit. Now let's take a look at this infight. Look at that right hand. Right on the button. Let's take a look at it a little closer and watch the expression.
Actually, if you watch them, they both throw them at the same time, but Vazquez really gets his home better.
Oh, boy. Eloy backed up like saying, wow, that hurt. Where did that come from?
And he got hit with a number of volleys right after that, which set up all the work for Vazquez to do.
A ferocious right by Vazquez. And it shows you what kind of chin Rojas has, too. Round 7.
Just when he was cruising along, boxing beautifully, he gets it, steps on a landmine. It's explosive.
How about scores at the halfway point unofficially?
I tell you, I got it even. Just when I thought that Eloy Rojas was pulling out, he gets hammered with that, and then a big attack to finish off the round and give it to Vazquez.
Bobby? I have it 4-1-1. I think Rojas has just done more of the work. He hasn't landed the big bombs. Vazquez really faded with throwing a number of big bombs. 1 or 2 punches doesn't win the round for me. 4-1-1.
Round 6, Vazquez scored with his best shot since round 3. Good straight right. We're into round number 7. Vazquez is camp in our meetings yesterday. Very confident. He said the next time you see us, we'll be fighting out of the red corner, the champion corner. Well, they may be prophets.
We're halfway halfway through, and the championship is still up in the air.
Well, Vazquez just got hit with a really solid right hand. Seemed to take a little of the starch out of it. Rojas hit him with a beautiful, very clean right hand.
Now the champion Rojas peppering away with the left jab, trying to set up the right. Moving in, but Vazquez comes straight forward as well, and they tie each other up.
Just a slight role reversal here, too. You'll see Vazquez backing up and Rojas actually coming to him, which totally different than the last 5 or 6 rounds.
Halfway through the 7th. Rojas working the jab more now, setting up the right, the combination. Digging in, but back comes Vazquez with a short, crisp left hook. And it moves Rojas back. Again, Rojas on the retreat.
And that's what he told us he was going to do, right there.
Use the legs and get out of harm's way.
And then spin out when you hit the ropes.
Rojas going back to the sweet boxing technique. A lot of people thought that Vazquez might be too small for Rojas. Remember, he's moving up in weight, but Vazquez dispelling that theory.
He's a 2-time champion, and he didn't get there because he didn't know how to box, or he didn't get there because he was tall. He was short all that time. He knows how to fight being a short man.
He held the title for 3 years, the junior featherweight title, did Vazquez. Finally lost it to Antonio Cermeno. Rojas seeming a lot more confident now here. 20 seconds left in round 7. Vazquez looking to regroup, but he lands with a straight right, Vazquez.
It's been a very good round for Rojas. He's done what he wanted, when he wanted, took a rest when he wanted, put the pace together. It's been a good round for him.
Now a little wrestling going on as we head for the bell.
Hold up. Tiene que pegarte más a él, ¿oíste? Si le da la distancia, lo usa ya y la gesta derecha.
No puede darle distancia, no puede darle distancia.
Las manos que cogiste.
Everybody's in the court. You can't give him distance. You can't give him distance. He'll jab you and hit you with the right.
Combinaciones, ¿está viendo mi papá? Meta el guante, Will, la pelea está bien ceja, ¿sabes? Está para lejos, ¿ok?
They're saying that the fight is very, very tight, and he's got that punch in close.
Go ahead, vamos, hondo.
All right, that big right hand by Rojas, let's take a look at it. It's from a long distance. Whoa. You know, I think that's too long a distance to really hurt, but it sure is impressive.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can see a little bit of the expression on Vazquez's face. He gets hit with it clean, frustrated, but he just didn't seem to put it together after getting hit with that right hand. Very clean, not a big power bomb, but very clean.
That last round, Bobby, is what we expected of Rojas all the way through the fight.
I don't know why he would change it.
Time!
Mitch Halpern calls time. There was too much moisture in the corner to our left. The Vazquez corner, they clean it up. Round number 8. Vazquez corner has been exhorting him to keep it low, but he's actually been more effective with his hooks and straight rights to Rojas's face. This for the WBA Featherweight Championship. The champion Rojas on the right of your screen. Vazquez, the challenger, on the left. Rojas really wants to keep his distance now. Vazquez missing with an overhand right. And now we see the quickness of Rojas more.
Vazquez seems to be loading up a little bit with some of his shots, and Rojas is a little too smart for us, getting out of the way, landing more punches, but not quite as big, very quick.
Maybe Rojas' strategy was for Vazquez to punch himself out early, and then Rojas would come on later. Who knows?
If box this good, I don't really see any reason to get hit. I mean, you know, this is the way he should have done all 10 rounds, 12 rounds. But
once again, it takes a lot of energy to keep that face up.
Well, it takes a lot of energy to keep getting pummeled like Wilfredo is coming in. He's coming in, but he's eating a lot of jabs.
Vazquez beginning to show some effects of this enduring fight. Minute 30 to go, halfway through round 8.
And that blazing pace of the first 5 rounds has sort of slowed down because they couldn't keep it up. They couldn't keep that up. They're going to have to wait for Wilfredo to get his gas tank kicking back into action. And they come in close because from outside, he's getting killed.
Right now, too, you see when they get together, Rojas just ties him up and holds on.
And Rojas is showing a lot more movement than we have seen all fight long. Fighting with a lot more confidence now.
I think he's found the key. He knows what he's got to do. He's confident, and he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Rojas all of a sudden in the groove after a very difficult start. Vazquez wants to get him back into a street fight. Mitch Halpern, the referee. Mitch's wife, Maggie, gave birth to Maris Glynn yesterday, 7 pounds, 12 ounces. Congratulations to Mitch and his wife.
I'll tell you what, Mitch is doing a good job here, too, because some of his infighting and tying up can get kind of complicated. He's let him fight, he's let him break clean, he's done a good job.
And he's let him get away with enough low punches that don't hurt. You know what I mean? They're side punches.
Oh, yeah, after the bell to end round 8.
Mitch has done a very good job.
He's warning Vazquez.
Oye, no podemos regalar la pelea, güey. Tenemos que meternos adentro. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué hago? Al meter adentro y combinar. Meterte adentro y combinar la mano.
Para la pelea de la mano, voy así. Tiene que trabajar adentro. ¿Me entiendes? Y no busca la cabeza. Tiene ese golpe aquí al cuello. Está buscando la cabeza y no está fallando.
Combínalo.
They're saying, go to the body. Don't look for the head. You're not hitting the head. We're blowing these rounds and we're losing.
Vamos cinturial, vamos.
His corner has advised him that he is losing. Let's take a look at these guys. That's so beautiful by Rojas. Look how he gives ground. 2 lefts, a right hand, another left to follow. I mean, he is boxing in a beautiful style.
You know, see, Rojas, that's what he's doing here. He's taking the play away from Vazquez. A lot of punches, not as hard, quick, they're there. And when you get tired, those quick punches hurt more, and he's being very accurate.
And we'll be negligent if we didn't point out that that's because one guy is very much bigger than the other. Long 7-inch reach is having its way and its effect. Plus, very clever boxing by Rojas. You can't take that away from him. Great boxing.
The size advantage by Rojas beginning to have its effect as we enter round number 9. Vazquez plunging forward, being told to go to the body. Between rounds, you expect a lot of action from fighters in this weight class. This is no surprise. But the pace has just not let up here.
You know, in his corner, Vazquez's corner, they said he's giving these rounds away by not punching, not working inside. And I agree with him.
And the poor guy said, I'm trying. That's the only thing Wilfredo could say. I'm trying.
Alex Matos talking to Vazquez in the corner. He's the chief second.
Oh, nice uppercut.
Beautiful combination there by the champion Rojas. Vazquez with a wild swing and a miss. Again, digging to the body. Mitch Halpern told Vazquez he wanted. He says, you hit late after the bell one more time, I'm going to take a point away.
I like the way that Rojas uses his waist, how he bends down, Bobby, to avoid shots after he's thrown his. Mark of a good fighter that can bend over and miss fights and miss punches like that.
Now Rojas again inside, digging to the body and to the head.
And see, we can't figure out why he does that, although he's taking the advantage right now, but we can't figure out why. He has been backing off of these situations and resetting, but he's not.
It is somewhat risky because Vazquez could unleash a bomb.
All he needs to do is step away, use the jab, make Vazquez work, make him overwork, use his energy. But now he's decided to stay inside. Maybe he's taking a rest himself.
Bobby, the only thing I can figure out is he tries to take a rest off that backward motion because you do get tired fighting backwards.
Rojas now like an octopus smothering Vazquez all over him. He's employing the strategy that Vazquez said he would do.
And short arms. The long arm guy is fighting better on the inside.
Ripping uppercuts by Vazquez to the body of Rojas. Oh, back comes Vazquez with a combination to the head.
Good right uppercut and a left hook. Not only got Rojas' attention, but made him back up.
Oh, there goes a mouthpiece. Looks like Rojas continues to wail away, but back comes Vazquez, and a left hook by Rojas.
Great combination, nice double left hook, doubled it up twice, really making this action heat up.
Final seconds of the round. Round number 9. What an exchange. Yeah, it was Rojas' mouthpiece.
I got it. Mira, pónmele allá. Boxealo, ¿viste? Dame una paliza, no te caigas, vamos a descansar este round boxeando.
He said, you rested that round, now let's go back to boxing. You're giving him a beating when you're boxing. Don't take chances.
Vamos a boxear este round a descansar.
See, let's box this round and rest, he said. Box, going back and rest.
He got hit a lot of unnecessary punches inside. Some terrific uppercuts to the body in that double left hook.
Now let's go back to the brawling techniques, and unreasonably so, because he's dominating the fight the other way.
There you saw the tail end of that double left hook.
Yeah.
Inside there, just, I don't know what's going on, and mouthpiece just flies.
Yeah, I think he's very tired. I think that's one of the things, Bobby, he is tired. And deservedly so. We're in the 10th round of a brawling, grueling kind of fight. Boy, I mean, these two guys have put out some energy here.
And here we go, round number 10. There's still too much moisture in the corner of Vazquez, so they whip the ice out. Do some housekeeping. Mitch Halpern telling the two to go to neutral corners. Round 10 begins. A fast pace throughout this fight. But both fighters, champions, could be showing the first signs of fatigue.
Well, the right eye of Eloy for the first time has been swelling slowly. The end swell that they've been putting on it has been retarding the swelling, but now it is getting swollen.
Well, he's gotten hit with a couple of terrific left hooks.
Yep.
And right now, you can see Vazquez just seems a little more anxious to get to the fight.
He should be. This fight's slipping away from him. He doesn't win 10, 11, and 12 like you would know.
Vazquez and Rojas showing incredible endurance here under these hot lights on a very, very hot, scorching day in Las Vegas. Temperature in the 90s. You would not know it by watching these two.
Wait, don't punch.
Vazquez extending with the straight left. Rojas showing his defense.
Rojas still a little quicker, still throwing more hands, but Vazquez still seems to have the heavier punches.
Well, they sent him out to rest, and he is resting.
Let him out, don't punch.
It's Rojas. Rojas' corner said, go back, box, and rest. Rojas' face beginning to show the damage of this pounding that he's been taking. His nose is all swollen. His right eye is getting swollen.
Rojas making the 7th defense of his WBA featherweight championship. He's held the title since 1993. He's defended 6 times. His last January 27th over Miguel Arzal, and his first fight in the United States in Phoenix.
Boy, if there was ever that cliche determination written on his face, that's what you can say about Wilfredo Vazquez. He has determination.
Nice combinations there by Rojas. Vazquez is letting Rojas get away with too many punches without making him pay.
Vazquez just never stops coming forward.
And getting pummeled. Coming forward is one thing. Getting pummeled is something else.
You have to do it effectively. He was doing more effectively in the first few rounds, but not here in the latter stages of the fight.
Well, I, for one, would love to see Boom Boom Johnson in with either one of these two guys, but especially with Rojas.
What a great fight, either one.
Whoa. Tough fight.
Both very courageous with tremendous heart. As we are seeing also here, final seconds, round 10. Well, coming up, our main event for the IBF Featherweight Championship, Felix Trinidad, looking very relaxed.
He just gave a delayed Mother's Day wish.
A belated Mother's Day wish. Well,
said he hopes everybody in Puerto Rico is watching this fight.
The personable Felix Trinidad coming up next.
Showtime.
And now the other champ.
Now,
Tira golpe, tira golpe.
Damage being done on the face.
Tira ya doble, ya doble, ya
tired, a lot of
doble.
water.
Ahí por dentro. Los últimos round a uno, ¿ok? Ok, queda dos,
he's
queda
telling
11 y
them these
12.
are the last rounds. Don't get careless.
Afuera, pim, pam, martillalo y martillalo y martillalo. Ok, está chiquita la
They're saying in the Rojas corner, they're ahead. Keep hammering him. They use the word hammer. Keep hammering him. Martillalo.
Round 11
is exactly what has been happening.
Oh, we enter the championship round.
Right, sit back.
Why would Eloy stand there in mid-ring and take that?
Vazquez must return to his form of rounds 3 or 6 when he landed his best shots. Otherwise, he may be missing his chance to win his 3rd world title and take it back to Bayamon, Puerto Rico.
I have Rojas ahead 97-93, so it's almost academic here unless he gets a knockout. But we are in Las Vegas. We don't know. This is unofficial.
I have a 98-93, so we're pretty much in the same ballpark.
Well, we'll see how Dave Moretti, Guillermo Perez, and Oscar Perez see it if it goes that long. Oh, look out. Oh, a left hook by Vazquez. That momentarily stuns Rojas, and there goes Rojas.
He's down.
Well, he's not really down yet.
Yeah, the rope held him up. The ruling is that's a knockdown.
4.
So he gets the count.
5, 6, 7, 8. You okay?
It is officially a knockdown.
He is not okay.
You're right.
He's going to fight, but he's not okay. He hasn't got hardly anything left.
His legs aren't under him. He's in trouble.
Minute 35 to go in the 11th round. Can the champion survive? It's over. It's over. It's a new champion, Wilfredo Vazquez.
The power. The come from behind power. Puncher has never added a fight to the final bell. What a demonstration of guts.
What is Bedlam in the ring?
What a combination of power, Bobby. This guy had this thing so won. All he had to do is cruise for 2 more rounds. He got nailed. And I don't think this guy's ever been down before like this.
Meanwhile, the concern is for the former champion, Eloy Rojas, now slowly making his way up. They've got to be very careful as he tries to get to the stool.
Boy, he is dead weight. They should have let him lay there a little bit longer. He's dead weight. They picked him up like dead weight to go on there. Let him get his head straight.
What a ferocious display here by the new champion, a 3-time world champion now, Wilfredo Vazquez of Puerto Rico.
Well, he was right about having the power to knock people out. Boy, were they clean shots.
And Bobby, it's never been, the old adage has never been proven better. Never quit. Never quit. You just don't know when it's going to go your way.
I'll tell you what, that's something else. He punched. He just never stopped punching. And he always had that big hook. He was landing it. And I still don't know why Rojas didn't just stay outside.
Especially that round when they told him he's winning the fight, just go outside. Why did he get there into a shootout?
I'd be interested to see the scorecards on the judges because I don't think he needs to do anything but stand up by Chase.
As the celebration continues for Wilfredo Vazquez.
Let's take a look at that first knockdown, and certainly it was a surprise. 2 hands that landed. Now that one was a good hook, and see, he didn't go down, but the subsequent punches, when he went to the ropes and it held him up automatically, the referee's got to step in there, and he did.
That's accurate. The ropes held him up, what makes it a knockdown. Now the second one is clean and clear. You'll watch, Rojas he's still fighting on the inside. He's not moving, and uppercuts on the inside and a hook. There's another big hook. Now he's in trouble again. When the referee finally steps in between them, you watch. This is the first knockdown. Into the ropes is what held him up. What is that uppercut inside and that left hook?
All right, let's take a look at that first knockdown again. Because what you're seeing here is a guy, if the ropes aren't there, he's all the way into our laps because he's out. See, you see this? That's a guy that no longer knows where he's at. His senses are gone. He's just reflexes holding him up. The referee steps in to save punishment.
Yeah,
That's
the ropes
first knockdown,
ropes
of course.
held him up there.
Yeah, and
there's
of
no
course,
question
really,
about
Bobby, it was academic after that. That guy couldn't have withstood it.
He just seemed too drained and too hurt. His legs were not under him. And that final blow or two, right, when the referee's saying, brutal. Now here you'll see the beginning of the very end. Rojas is not moving. He's getting hit. He's getting hammered on. The referee steps in, and one more shot. He stepped in maybe one punch too late. Rojas might have been able to finish on his feet, although getting hammered. That punch surely dropped him and hurt him very badly. Here you watch it. I mean, the punches up on the inside, he's just so much stronger. That hook all night long has been landing. He rips the right uppercut in here somewhere. There's the hook, there's the right hand, and here comes the right, and the big hook. That big hook. When he was on his way toward the floor, the referee went to grab him. He was helpless.
As Ferdy pointed out, he had not recuperated from the first knockdown.
One last look at it, you'll see that he hadn't really recuperated. He should have been moving or holding on. Gallen, he was trying to fight, but he was getting hit with big shots. There's the hook and the right hand. Now another right hand. Now that hook was the coup de grace, which was almost not necessary.
Into the arms of referee Mitch Halper. We have discovered Vazquez was clearly behind on all three judges' cards. One judge gave every round to Rojas in this particular fight. So there he is, the new WBA featherweight champion. He's the first to win 3 world titles in the same boxing organization, the WBA. Wilfredo Vazquez, the long 3-year reign of Eloy Rojas comes to an end. And there goes Rojas, fortunately under his own power. He's all right, making his way back to the dressing room. He's very disappointed. We are informed that he did not want to talk. So the belt now belongs to Wilfredo Vazquez, who fulfills his dream of winning 3 world titles. We'll get the official time from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute, 21 seconds in round number 11. Our referee in charge, Mitch Halpern, stops the contest. And by capturing his 3rd WBA crown, he is the winner by way of technical knockout and the new WBA featherweight champion of the world, el gran campeón puertorriqueño, Wilfredo Vazquez.
The Puerto Rican flag. We are just told that Rojas reportedly just told somebody at ringside, one of the media members, that he has just retired as he fled the ring for the dressing room. So coming up next, our main event, and we begin once again on undefeated Felix Trinidad, also of Puerto Rico, back in his dressing room making final preparations for his
al título mundial de los pesos plumas, un espectacular pantaloncillo color rojo